In the town of Marat Mesrine in northwest Syria, Malik Junaid and Abdul Karim al-Hamoud find a new livelihood, dismantling war shells. Scavenging through fields in the Idlib countryside, they carry war remnants to a scrapyard to be sorted and arranged into cargo trucks for transportation to buyers. Living amid violence was a life neither boy chose, but both are now faced with the extreme risks of extracting explosive material from the munitions as their families face severe financial hardships. The Syrian civil war broke out in 2011 and led to the displacement of millions of people and a shattered economy. The United Nations Office of Humanitarian Affairs found that 80% of Syrians were living in poverty. 2 years ago, a deal between Russia and Turkey ended fighting. A military stalemate ensued as Turkish forces held Syria and its Russian allies at bay. Idlib now stands as one of the last corners of the state outside of Syrian government control. Last year, Idlib adopted the Turkish currency of the lira as an alternative to the stumbling Syrian pound. But the lira has now lost more than 20% of its value, exacerbating an economy that has already faced extreme economic hardship.
And now, those in Idlib must contend with renewed fighting. The Syrian regime and its allies have advanced into the province with a string of bombing raids. On Sunday, Russia bombed towns and a water pumping station in the province, in a move it said was targeting hideouts of militant groups who control the region. As these military operations grow, so does the work from Malik and Abdul Karim.
Scrapyard workers sometimes receive messages from civilians who have found unexploded shells near their homes. Other times, the children rush to areas recently bombed to search through the rubble. At first, Malik said he was afraid of the shells, but after he learned to disassemble them, he said it became normal. The war shells are not the only hazard they confront. The country is filled with mines and improvised explosive devices, according to the United Nations Mine Action Service. And the work to clear the countryside of this material is slow going. Amr al-Halabi, a displaced man from the Hama countryside, owns a warehouse that collects missile remnants. The material is carefully disassembled by Amr and his workers and then sent to smeltering factories and iron shops for construction projects. Amr does not hide his fear that a shell may explode while he is working, he said, especially as his children work nearby. What can he do, he says, it is the only way to survive. Amr counts on the work of the children, some of whom are orphans, to collect the discarded materials. The children are now well acquainted with the different types of missiles, including locust shells, mortars, discarded machine guns, and cluster bombs. And the war has created a strange effect among the children. They now shout in joy at the sound of incoming locust missiles, said the man in charge of their work, because it means another payday.